Hey folks, welcome to this video. Today we're going to take another little break from actually chasing predators to give you some insight as to how you can get yourself outfitted if you're a beginner to predator hunting, or maybe just looking for some good deals on some gear that can help you with predator hunting, especially at night. So we're going to get right into the video. I have team member Kevin Tarapchak here, and he's going to go through how he outfitted himself on a budget by picking up some great gear as far as headlamps, lights for your rifle, a tripod, an electronic collar, and a couple other odds and ends at very reasonable pricing that is going to allow you to get out there and enjoy it and have a lot of fun without breaking the bank. So let's get right to it, and we'll see you at the end of the video.
So today I'm going to talk about some of the essential things you'll need for predator hunting, but doing so on a budget. Some of the main things you're going to need is a call, headlamps, a gun light, and a tripod, in addition to the firearm that you're going to use in a scope. Alright, first we're going to talk about headlamps. To me, headlamps are very, very important. They're great for scanning and keeping the movement down, because gun lights are great for lighting up your target when you see them, but swinging the gun back and forth trying to light up the area creates a lot of movement. So a great headlamp can help you identify those eyes, and you want to identify those eyes a couple hundred yards out to give yourself adequate time to get set up and ready to go and get on target. So two lamps here that I found that I love. Both purchased on Amazon. Both don't break the bank. There are some great headlamps out there that you can buy. They also get very pricey. You're talking in the neighborhood of $120 to $200 for a great name brand headlamp. And there's nothing wrong with them. But again, we're talking about doing this on a budget, especially if you're just starting up, waiting to see if you like it or not. So the first one I have is a single beam headlamp, and this actually has a piece of rubber over it that I bought at Lowe's for $2, and I have that over top of it. So what's great about this headlamp is this beam shines a couple hundred yards. We're hitting eyes at 400 or 500 yards with this. On one of the farms we hunt, we can actually hit the street signs at like 800-900 yards and get them to reflect. So this light is great for that really far eye identification, to know that you got something out there. The problem with this lamp is a very, very concentrated beam. That would be the downfall of this lamp. So again, when we have those fox come out right in front of us, this one, with a nice tight pattern, tends to not be able to pick them up as quickly because of how tight the pattern is. Great for long distance, not so great for short distance. But for less than $30, it's a great headlamp. And then putting this little $2 piece of rubber over it gets rid of that little bit of halo effect that every light has, especially these ones that have the really compact beam. You get the halo effect, that you get the little bit of shine at the end of your gun barrel, and it just helps take care of that and tighten up that beam a little bit. Now, we talk about the tight beam. Well, we also really need a flood at the same time, so that's where this one comes in. Can also be had for less than $30 on Amazon. Comes with its own set of batteries that you can take out and buy extra ones for, which are nice, that you can just change it out. So if this thing dies on you, you can change out the batteries. Takes two 18650 batteries, and those are dirt cheap, so you can buy multiple ones and run this thing non-stop. But what's really nice about this light is the two reds on the side, and the center one is actually white. So if you need a white light for any reason, you don't have to pull out another flashlight. They're all right here. But these two red ones create a nice flood that go out about 150 yard max, depending on how clear your night is with the moon and all that. but it creates a nice wide flood. So you get those predators that come in at a close distance. Yeah, you have them following them all the way in so you can get the gun light on them, not having to worry about the tight beam on this one. So that's what's really nice about this guy. Now, you're probably thinking, well, that's two different headlamps I gotta wear. Yes and no. I actually came up with a little trick here that it may look goofy, but it works. So I take this one off, detaches very easily. And I actually set it up. Now this one actually can rotate, by the way. So it can rotate down 90 degrees. So I take this one and I simply slide it down through the little hole here, and this one rotates 90 degrees as well. So now, when I'm wearing it up on my head, I can turn this and turn these where they need to be and adjust them as needed. So as you can see, and then when I put them on my head, I adjust them how I want them, and now I'm all ready to go. Now like I said, it looks a little goofy. Let me turn these on for you so I can get them right where I normally run them. So it may look a little goofy, but I can tell you this much. I can now have my floodlight and my distance light on my head. No adjusting. I don't got to adjust anything. It's simply turn these two on and start scanning. So, and it's not even that much heavier with this extra light on top. But what it does eliminate though is that extra movement I have of having to come in and dial this in or anything like that. These are preset where I want them, and I just got to scan back and forth and get on target. Alright, moving on from the headlamps, I want to talk about the gun light next. So I stumbled across this one called the Windfire, and it intrigued me. It got some really good reviews. There wasn't a lot on it, but it looked very similar to my buddy's extremely expensive red light. And I said, you know what? For less than $50, I'll give it a try. I can always send it back. Again, this is on Amazon, and we'll provide the links below. Let me tell you something. For $50, this is a steal. This is the kit it comes in, a nice box. And when you open it up, you get the charger for your two 18650 batteries, the gun mount, pressure switch, and the flashlight. Now, what's great about this is everything you need to light up off your gun, whether you're mounting it on your barrel, on your scope, doesn't matter. It mounts to everything, which is phenomenal. And a package all together for $50 or less is great. Now, this light, far superior to the light I had last year, and for only about $30 more. And what's nice about this light, and I'm going to put the first battery in, is this light is bright. Way brighter. And it's, in the description when you read it on Amazon, it says 350 yards plus. Well, testing it out in the field, I can attest that it definitely does 350 yards, no problem. And it's all because the head on this zooms in and out. So turning it to the left will give you a nice wide beam. Turning it to the right will give you a really nice tight pattern, and it's actually in a square, which is great. And you see a lot of the higher end lights, when they zoom in and tighten up that pattern, they are in a square. So shining behind me here, you can see the square. Now obviously, being how close it is, it's really tiny. But when you start shining this thing out, it will light up a whole area. Out 200-300 yards, this is going to be a huge square to light up your target. And it's going to fill your scope up. You're going to be able to look, and all you're going to see is red. You're going to be able to see your target right in the center. But if you get something that's close, this thing will flood out. And that has a nice wide beam for those nice close shots. So yeah, this is a great light. It exceeded my expectations, especially for $50. It's super bright. One caveat to ordering off Amazon though versus buying one of these more expensive company, brand name companies, is the customer service. Yeah, with Amazon you can send it back if it doesn't work, but a lot of the bigger name companies for Predator lights, they take care of you. But again, I'm on a budget. I needed something better than what I was using last season, but I couldn't bring myself to spend the $200-300 on a gun light. Again, this was a Windfire and great light, especially for $50. It is definitely a value. All right. So next, I'm going to talk about the calls. First, something that my buddy put me onto is a little squeaker. You can buy these things pretty much in any hunting store. They're less than $10. We've gotten quite a few fox to come out right as we get out of the truck. You're just giving it a couple squeaks, and we've had fox come right out and shot fox within the first 2 minutes of being at the stand that we were going to do. We didn't even get the chance to bring the electronic caller out. So with that brings me to my Fox Pro. This is the Wildfire 2, and this was my first Predator electric call. And this model's been discontinued, but you can find it a lot of places online used. Fox Pro sells them occasionally at like the outdoor shows, refurb for like $50 to $100. And there are so many different versions of Fox Pro calls. You have your entry-level ones, which now the newest one is the Patriot and then the Inferno. The Patriot you can buy on Amazon or on Fox Pro's website for $120, and the Inferno is about $200. But if you check on Facebook, on eBay, if you're looking for used one just to see if you're just gonna really stick out predator hunting, you can pick up a call for less than $100. But this call is great. I have the Fox Jack on it, which attaches this little decoy and will actually start moving around with the press of a button on the controller. Now this comes preloaded with a lot of sounds that will get you started. And what's nice about Fox Pro is you can upgrade your call to downloading different sounds, because this thing takes a micro SD card. So you can stay with the ones that come pre-programmed on here, or you can upgrade. And now that they're using and partnering up with MFK calls, you can actually download some of those onto your Fox Pro as well. Again, this changes the game. You can set this thing out about 100 yards in front of you and angle it. And I have it on a little mini tripod, one of these cheap ones you can buy at Amazon, Walmart, you name it. But it gets it off the ground just a little bit, which helps out with the distance of the controller. And then I can angle it up, down, left, right, but keep that call off the ground, especially if you're in a little bit of high stuff, high grass, some low cut crop. Definitely helps out with the range of the controller. And this thing is loud. There's so many different adjustments. Again, all kinds of calls and sounds that you can use. This is a must. And what's nice is you don't have to keep walking up to it to change it. to get this thing set up, you flip the two switches on the side here, and then you flip the switch on the Fox jack. Now, let's take a look here and see. We're going to do the adult cottontail, just so you guys can kind of hear what this sounds like. And then I hit the auxiliary button because I have this married up, and the Fox jack does its thing. And this is on a very low level. But, you know, I know there are a lot of calls out there, mouth calls and stuff, but this thing can go, and you don't have to worry about that. You can focus on scanning. So, and you can shut the decoy back off by just the press of a button, and you can mute the sound if you need to. Now, what's nice about this call, and this is something you need to research and see if that's what you want, is this has the Fox Bang. And what Fox Bang is when you make a shot, this will automatically switch over to another pre-programmed sound, which we have Distressed Pup in there. And it'll automatically switch it over. That way, if you had a miss, it might catch your attention for another second, and you can get a follow-up shot. Not every one of the Fox Pros has it. The Patriot does not. But the nice thing about the Patriot is an upgraded controller from this as well. So that's something you need to look at. The Inferno, the next grade up from the Patriot, has it, as well as the Wildfire 2. So it's definitely something you want to take a look at and see if that's what you want. Research your calls. But again, I got this call before they discontinued it, and I only paid right around $100 for it. Brand new. Again, you can get them used at some shows when Fox Pro's at them. Give Fox Pro a call. They may have some refurbished units there. If not, like I said, check around the web. See if you can find a used unit, whether it's this one or the Patriot, all the way up through. People are always looking to upgrade to their next call. So you might be able to find one used at a very good price. And if not, you know, again, the Patriot's only about $120 at Fox Pro. So that's the electric call. Last thing is and this is optional for some people. For the way we hunt, it's a must, and that's a tripod. Now, there are all different kinds of gun tripods out there, and if you research online, you can actually make your own on an even more of a budget using a camera tripod. So there are many different variations of tripods. This one is a Vanguard. I picked this up at Dunham's. It was right around $70 to $80. I know this is available on Amazon as well for right around that same price. And what's really nice about this is this leg here, you can turn it whatever way you want. You can actually take it off if you want and use it as just a bipod. Or you can take this and use it actually as a monopod if you want. And what's really nice is the head swivels on this. So if you have your gun in there and you got to turn to make a shot, the whole thing swivels around for you. The legs, not only does that extend, but the bottom one extends as well. So I'm 5'7", and I actually can extend these all the way out and actually lean this forward. That's what's nice about this lazy leg is I can extend this all the way out, or I can bring it all the way up. All depends on how tall you are or how you like to shoot. But what's nice is you can compact this down, and if you like to sit and hunt, you can compact this all down and use it in the sitting position as well. And you can have this leg either come in between your legs off to your side or out in front of the tripod. So that's what's nice about this. I love this tripod. It's definitely well worth the money. So you can't go wrong. Again, there's all different kinds of tripods out there. It's all on what you're looking for. Again, or you can make your own. So we have everything here that we really need except for the firearm. And with that, it all going to depend on where you're going to hunt. If you're going to hunt in the woods, a shotgun might be a little bit better because you're going to have a lot closer encounters. Or if you're going to field hunt like we do, a rifle is going to work out well for you. So I have a rifle that I used for my first season of hunting predators. I used something that I didn't go out and buy anything, and I used that rifle set up with the scope and the gun light, and then this call and the tripod and the headlamps, and it didn't cost me anything there. So there was really no cost involved for a rifle or a scope. So with that said, we can tally up the cost here a little bit. The headlamps, the two of them, we're talking $60. The gun light is another $50. Tripod was around $80. So we have 110 here, and then we got 80 here. So we're up to $190. And the Wildfire was about $100. So you're looking at $290 plus the little squeaker. So a little over $300 you can get totally set up, ready to go predator hunting for your first tryout. $300, that's really cheap considering there are a lot of headlamps, gun lights, calls, tripods that are going to cost that just for one of them. So for being on a budget, you can get all this for a little over $300. We're going to have all the links below where you can purchase all this stuff at. Comment in the comments section if you liked our video, and if you have any other questions that we can answer about breaking into predator hunting. We'll catch you next time.
Well, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video from Kevin. A lot of great information there that he really has done his research. Some great deals, relatively inexpensive lights, and as you can see from what he demonstrated there and some of the clips that we showed you from a few hunts that he was on, those lights are really effective. You're able to pick up eyes, you're not spending a ton of money, and they work just as well as maybe some of the high-end stuff. But like he said, it has its cons and pros to it. You know, you may not get the customer service if you're ordering off of a big store online like an Amazon or something in that nature. As far as the electronic call, he's got the Wildfire 2. That's what I have. I actually just picked mine up at an outdoor expo down at the Great American Outdoor Show. It is a refurbished unit at $50. We actually used it this past weekend. I'm actually working on that video that we'll be sharing with you later this week, that David and I were out hunting, and the call is phenomenal, just like Kevin said. I do need to get the decoy synced up to it yet. I haven't done that, but some great information. Hope you enjoyed it. All the links, like Kevin said, are going to be in the video below, in the description of the video down below us here, so check them out. Hopefully they'll help you out, save some dollars, get you out there enjoying some predator hunting during the in-between seasons here. And if you like everything that you see here on the Wild Bout Hunting YouTube channel, please click subscribe, ring that bell so you're alerted every single time that we post a new video on the Wild Bout Hunting YouTube channel. And check out all the links that we have for all the gear that we use here at Wild Bout Hunting. We've got some discount codes in the description, and as well as links to all the partners that we work with. Maybe you can get yourself some gear and save yourself a couple of bucks along the way. And don't forget the giveaway. When we hit 1,000 subscribers here on the Wild Bout Hunting YouTube channel, we're giving you one lucky person a $100 Cabela's gift card. So hey, hope you enjoyed this video. We got another one coming out in a couple of days here later this week that I'll have that up on, so be watching for that. And until next time, get outdoors. It's a lot of fun. It beats sitting in front of the computer like I do a lot of times. And we'll see you next time somewhere in the hunting woods.